You know what it is. I know what it is. We all know what it is. Welcome back to episode 109, everybody. It's your boy Tom Ziri from X to Skip, bringing you the weekly patch notes. I hope y'all are doing good. Hope y'all are feeling nice. For those of you in the southern hemisphere of life, you obviously will understand that it is getting cold as I won't complete the word, but yeah, it's really getting cold. Like bone chilling, you know, like Lich King. I could go on, but anyways, hope y'all are feeling great. And yeah, welcome back to another episode. Hey, hope y'all had a lovely week. Hope y'all are, you know, receiving this with some warmth. And yeah, we're gonna get into it, you know, with all the gaming news and everything that's been going on. But before we get started, with us we have Max. What's good, homie?
I am tired.
Yo, bro, aren't we? Oh my gosh. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if like the planets are in retrograde or whatever the hell those people say, and you know, this and this and that and that. But hey.
I'm glad you added the what the hell, because I was about to say, if you believe in that.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. Look, I believe in numerology, somewhat, not really, but
yeah, that I can get behind.
Yeah, you know what they say, numbers don't lie. Check the scoreboard. But yeah, man. And with us as always, we got Kid Kojo. What's good, fam?
I'm alive. What about you?
I don't even know. It's the TikTok go. It's like, I'm alive but dead. I'm alive but dead. Yeah, man. But yeah, like we say, man, it's hella cold for us. And like it just saps your energy like so hard. I think I woke up this morning, it was like still dark outside, bro. Like 6 a.m. It's crazy. But anyways, yeah, I hope you all got your cozy blankets, or if it's hot where you are, hey man, hope you got some ice. But let's get right into it, like white on rice, all right. And please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And if you're a newbie here, buckle the heck in. But before we get started, do you guys have any announcements or admin, Max?
Just shout out to the Diddy case.
Yo, bruh. Funny enough, my girlfriend's watching it right now. It's real. Oh my gosh, they must make a game out of it. Well, not really, but definitely shout out to the case, bro. Yo. Alright, Kojo, anything from you, bro?
Nah.
Nothing. The only announcements I think I have is, for the longest time, I think even on other episodes I had mentioned that like I don't really give much to VTubers and whatnot, but I got sent a clip of one VTuber playing Elden Ring, and like anytime she's on her horse, right, on Torrent, and she's about to like fight any of the I even forget what they're called, and I've played Elden Ring. It's those knights riding on a horse that come at night, the cavalry. I don't know if it's the black, I forget. You know, if you've played Elden Ring, you know what I'm talking about. The ones that Rani basically hired, and then they appear at night and you have to like kill them, right? As she's charging in on her own horse on Torrent, she then starts to reenact the scene where Hyosus, and then either one of you guys can correct me here, because it's been a while since I've watched Attack on Titan. But you know who, when he charges in, what is his name? Anyways, yeah. So now I've started watching the rest of her entire Elden Ring journey. And honestly, I love watching people play Elden Ring from start to finish and all of their struggles, because Lord knows I'm not going to flip and finish that game anytime soon. So it's nice to see other people finish it and live, you know, is it vicariously or vicariously? I don't even know the word, but you know what I'm saying, like vicarious with the V, right? I bet. So yeah, it's nice to live through them and see them. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, so that's just what I wanted to update people on, is I'm going to give VTubers a try, man. I mean, every time I watch, I just keep thinking it's a very big, chubby, nerdy dude using a voice emulator behind it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to get over that stigma slowly. Anyways, without further ado, let us get right into it, starting with the gaming news. Max, take it away, bro.
All right. So we have a little bit to cover this week, more than the usual, which to me is surprising. Because, hey man, gaming news has been slow for months. I don't know what's been going on. And finally, we have a week where a few things happened. So, to begin with, we are talking about Marathon. I'm sure Kojo probably heard about this. Tommy, I'm not sure if you heard anything about Marathon.
I know what a marathon is. Oh, nah.
Alright, so Bungie's upcoming game, Marathon, don't remember what type of game it is going to be, whether it's live service or whatnot. All I know is that people were initially hyped about this thing, and now people are lukewarm towards its release. But basically, a Twitter user recently came out claiming / accusing Bungie of stealing her art, and she has strong signs to show that it was stolen. So when it came out, she made a statement on Twitter saying that she doesn't have the resources or time to try and fight this whole thing because she understands the whole process that takes a while, and it's not the first time that a company has stolen her art, but she doesn't like the fact that Bungie has blatantly stolen her art, firstly, and secondly, she's been given no credit or no reference towards it. And people are now accusing her of stealing Marathon's art when it's the other way around. So the situation is, her art came out, she released her art from 2017. Then 2018 came about and Bungie have art which is similar to her style, her design and all of that, where it's literally one-to-one comparison, where in some instances it's been copied directly. Her logo even has been copied. So, you know, with situations like this, there are going to be people from both sides of the fence. Some people are going to be in uproar saying, how can Bungie do this? Other people are going to be like, ah man, shut the hell up. It's only natural that gaming companies take art and other stuff like that across the internet to get inspiration for their design. But people who go, who are trying to defend Bungie, I'm like, how stupid can you be? Like, how are you defending a company with the size a company is, with the resources it has, and taking inspiration? Like, okay, yeah, we all take inspiration from stuff, even companies, but as big as a company is, you should reference your your inspiration and all of that. But then, as people were going back and forth with, is this really it truly taken inspiration from, is it copied and whatnot, Bungie came out and admitted that yes, art of hers has been stolen, and they apologized for that. But however, they claim that it was a singular employee, a former Bungie employee, who took her work and then placed it amongst a collage of other work to use as inspiration.
Oh, wow.
But then, yeah, you can see the excuse is pretty lame, because what do you call it? It was also shown that there are current Bungie employees who follow this Twitter user. Her Twitter account name is anti-real. There are numbers thrown in that account handle, anti-real, so it's not a straight anti-real search. But so people are like, nah man, you've got active employees who have been following this individual, so clearly it was a rip. And then apparently this is not the first time Bungie has done this, where they've stolen people's artwork to use in there as reference sources for their games. And then secondly, it's like, okay, after you've admitted that supposedly a former employee took this artwork, what are you doing to remedy it this current thing? Because in their statement, they're like, in the future, they will be a lot more careful. It's like, okay, cool, that's good for the future, but What are you doing right now to remedy the situation? And they're not doing anything. So it's pretty weak ass from Bungie, but the user is not trying to seek compensation or anything like that. She was just bringing attention to the thing. I think it's a good thing to bring attention to this because, yeah, these companies are out here where they're doing the most and they're getting away with it. And you get jackasses online who are going to defend the companies where it's just like, nah. If these were individuals or smaller people, I could understand defending them because you never know what goes through the mind of one individual. But when it's an entire company with huge resources available to it, nah, there are no excuses for that. And then moving on to another company which is related to Sony, we have Haven Studio, where the creator and head of the studio has left the development company. Her name is Jade Raymond, and she created Haven Studio, and it was eventually bought and acquired by Sony. And they've been working on some live service game for Sony, and recently there was testing done with the live service game, and the testing came negative from the player base, which has been worrying Sony. And supposedly her departure is linked with a negative test play. It is unclear why exactly she left currently, but the timing coincides with the negative result. And there's a lot of talk that has been going on about this particular individual because apparently she allegedly has a background of scamming game publishers, where the Haven Studio is like the fourth or third studio she's been linked with, which has supposedly been making a game which eventually doesn't come out. That apparently she jumps between different studios, generates money for a game to be made, and the game never gets made, and she moves her way onto a new studio, whether it's somebody else's studio, whether it's her own studio. So she is allegedly linked with a history of scamming. If you're interested in that, you guys can check the history of that. Me, I don't know much about her. I don't really care about Haven Studio. So I was just like, couldn't care less about what her history is. Other people who might be more riled up about it or more intrigued about it can go look her up. Her name is Jade Raymond. You can check out her past and see if it is as colorful as people claim it is, or if it's a nothing burger. Throw back to that phrase. Then we're halfway there, guys. Almost done. The next thing I want to talk about is, and this one, Tommy, I'm pretty sure you're going to know about. You guys hear about the Darth Vader Fortnite AI voice?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there are two parts to the story. I don't know if you guys know both parts, but the first part is, I suppose I can split it into three parts. The first part will be, you can, on Fortnite, there's Darth Vader's voice, who can be a companion and is AI powered, and you can talk to Darth Vader and have real-time conversations with the AI, and it creates conversation with you using Darth Vader's voice. And Fortnite sought the James Earl Jones family consent to use his voice for Darth Vader, and they gave their blessings. Wada. I don't know if there was money involved or if it was just seeking permission. I don't know. But some people don't like the fact that AI is being used. Other people are like, this is pretty cool. Then the controversy comes in because if you talk to the AI in a particular way, you can get it to say some racist things. And there are clips of people getting the AI to say some colorful stuff. And most people were not impressed by that because they were like, yeah, they're not surprised because the AI voice tool that is being used in Fortnite isn't something which is built in-house or something like that. It's Epic Games rented or paid for a language machine learner, or whatever they're called, language machine. Yeah, I think it's an LM. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's the phrase is an LM, right?
Well, a language machine learner, so an LML. But yeah, LM is fine. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, basically they pay for one of those, and people are like, these things always somehow find their way to racism, so it's nothing new, or it's not even surprising for them that this ended up being the thing, because you can try and put in codes to block any unsavory topics, but with language you can always find different colorful ways to get across barriers, and that's what people are essentially doing with these things. And people are not impressed at Epic Games for the money they have, that they would just take the lazy route and just pay a third party company to power their AI, as opposed to try and actually code in something of their own. But who's to say how they should go about it? Then controversy continues as SAG-AFTRA, or SAG-AFTRA, which is the voice acting representation guild representation in the US, are unhappy with Fortnite using AI and have decided to sue Epic Games regarding this situation, because they feel, they had the whole AI thing where it takes away from voice actors, and they feel Fortnite / Epic Games did not go through the proper channels to try and bring this AI situation into being, even if they have the blessings of the former actor or deceased actor's estate. I shouldn't say former. Yes, the deceased actor's estate. So that's a whole hullabaloo for them, and we'll see how that goes. Then lastly, we have, do you guys remember PlayStation Stars?
No.
Okay. Kojo, do you remember PlayStation Stars?
Yes, you reported on it a while ago.
Yes, I did, and I was not impressed by it, but turns out people actually liked it. I don't know what's there to like, but I was never won over by it, and I guess I was right, because Sony is discontinuing PlayStation Stars. PlayStation Stars was a reward program for players where you could use points and whatnot to buy some, I don't even know what the fuck to call them. Not tokens, not even digital tokens, but yeah, I don't know what the hell to call them, but it was a reward program. I felt the reward program was not all that impressive, but seems like with this announcement of Sony shutting it down, some people are upset and disappointed now. I don't know if that's the typical, it's a minority of people, and Twitter makes it seem like it's much bigger than it really is, or if there actually is a large number of people who are disappointed by the shutdown. But yeah, PS Stars will be shutting down. You'll be losing all your rewards and all of whatnot. I'm not surprised here. Anytime you have digital stuff where if it's not directly with buying games but looking like a more loyal customer base, you're a sucker if you get rolled into those things, because you're at the whims of the company. Anytime the company feels like, nah, this isn't going the way we wanted it to go, let's shut it down, what can you do? So unless you are directly getting games from a reward program, no reward program is worth it. And if you were dumb enough to believe the hype, well, joke's on you. I have no sympathy for such people, and people might call me an asshole, but we are in, what console generation is this? I don't even know, but we've had games long enough, and we've had the internet long enough to know what companies offer that we should get excited for, and what companies offer that we should look sideways at them and be like, I don't really trust this. So again, I say, if you fell for the hype, shame on you. And that's about it for the gaming news that I would like to share. On to you guys.
Oh yeah. I didn't have much. I think I just like one thing, but I won't get too deep into it. It's just like a passing article that I saw, which was pretty cool. That Hideo Kojima. He apparently has a huge list of games that he sets to release even after he dies. So that's pretty dope. That's dedication, to be honest, because it's like kind of reminds me of like when rap artists, when they pass, then all of a sudden there's all of these like unreleased EPs and all this and stuff. And it's like the only fear I have of Hideo doing this is because it's very easy for someone to mess up a game or a movie or a song the moment you pass, because your creative rights, or not creative rights, sorry, your creative input is, I don't want to say limited, Chomi, but it's like, it's just not there sometimes. Someone can completely take what you had planned and completely switch it with them knowing that you're not around to question things or to set things right, or to put your own 2 cents into what they have decided, right? Similar to how a lot of us still do not like the last season of Game of Thrones, even though George R.R. is still alive, sure, but it's just like, yeah, there was just no input, or as much input as they should have been. So hopefully they'll do Hideo Kojima, right, by making sure that the games that he sets to release even after his passing will go right. And just to preface to people, he's not dying anytime soon, or, so we can hope.
I mean, he's 60.
Yeah, well, no, come on, bro. I mean, but hey, good on him to have plans set aside, because I mean, it's good for the generation to come.
Well, also, he's Japanese, and Japanese have longevity.
Hella longevity, my guy, hella. So yeah, good on him for preparing himself for that. Yeah, that's any gaming news I actually found pretty interesting. Gojo, anything from you?
Nope.
All right. Well, then that brings us on to the gaming corner. What's been coming out, bro?
Okay. First, we have a game called Roadcraft, PC, PS5, Xbox Series. Simulation game, May the 20th, currently sitting at a 77 on Metacritic. Then we have Kathy Rain 2, Soothsayer, PC. Adventure game, May 20th, 2025, currently sitting at an 82 on Metacritic. Then we have Monster Train 2, PC, PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, May 21st, 2025. It's a roguelike deck builder, currently sitting at an 88 on Metacritic. Then we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Tactical Takedown, PC, turn-based tactics game, May 22nd, 2025, currently sitting at a 76 on Metacritic. Then there is a game called Duck Detective, The Ghost of Glamping, PC, PS5, Xbox Series, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. It's a detective adventure game, May 22nd, 2025, currently sitting at a 79 on Metacritic. Then there's a brand new game called Deliver at All Costs, PC, PS5, Xbox Series, action game, May 22nd, 2025. Then we have Blades of Fire. It's a PC, PS5, Xbox Series game, action adventure game, May 22nd, 2025, currently sitting at a 75 on Metacritic. And last one, Maxwell. This is Perk Your Ears Up. This is a remaster, 2025 remaster of the beloved, I'm assuming it's beloved, I don't know, of the beloved Onimusha 2, Samurai's Destiny, PC, PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. It's an action adventure game, currently sitting on 75 on Metacritic, released on May 23rd. And I think they remastered it in anticipation of the next Onimusha game. I think it's called Way of the Sword or something like that, coming out in 2026. Something like that. Maxwell, am I right? Oh.
The hell I know. I just know that the Onimusha games have been remastered.
No, I'm asking the one that's coming up. What's its name?
Yes. Oh, I have no idea.
You are the Onimusha guy. Oh my god. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but the game is not out yet, so why do I need to know anything about something that hasn't released yet?
GTA hasn't released yet, you know the name of the game. What the fuck? Ghost of Yotei hasn't released yet, you know the name of the game.
And those are household names.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Tommy. They're logical names, and not it's not GTA 6. Oh, it's about to go down. It's not Ghost of Yotei. check it out this time, or some tagline next to it. I don't know fucking taglines. I know the main names.
Yeah, I'm not buying that at all. But anyway, seen as
You cannot name a single recent game where I know the secondary title to it.
play obscure.
Okay, you've got me there.
Yep, I do. Anyway, so yes, moving on. Oh yeah, no, that was the last release. Okay.
No, lol.
Bruh. That's it for the releases of the week. And I don't have any gaming corner. I'm not going to ramble about Mortal Kombat 1 again. So, Tommy and Maxwell, on to you guys.
I don't really have much. Oh, I guess no. I was gonna say an update on certain releases. I think in the previous episode I did speak about how Clash of Clans has had a huge change to everything. So yeah, update on that new software release of Clash of Clans. Essentially what dims your building time to very low amounts is the Alchemist that was released in the game. So yeah, the Alchemist pretty much is just going to be like a lab assistant that's going to assist with all of your upgrades. So your upgrades that will take like 8 days now take 24 hours, which is, like, again, like I mentioned in the previous episode, that's amazing. That's a great release for a game. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Max, do you have any releases on your end?
Speaking of Clash of Clans, they're going to make a movie of it.
Oh god, no, please.
In terms of the gaming corner, Xbox is releasing on Game Pass a new feature called Retro Classic Games, which is going to contain 50 plus retro games from Activision that comes from the 80s and 90s. Specifically specify those period because now we're in 2025. There's a whole debate of what's retro. Is the year 2000 retro? Some people say yes, some people say no. But yes, it's from the 80s and 90s, and this had me curious because I'm like, what flipping games does Activision have from the 80s or 90s unless they have the license and ownership of dead companies? Because when I think of 80s and 90s, the publishers and companies that come to mind are like Acclaim, Infographs, Konami, and shit like that. A lot of the developers from that year period are dead, and I have no idea who have the licenses to those games. So I'm assuming some of those made their ways to Activision. If I had Game Pass, I would have immediately jumped on this and checked out what games are available, but I don't. So for those who have access to this, yes, you can play retro games if you so desire on Game Pass.
Oh shit. Okay, well I have that, so I should definitely check that out. Oh wait, thanks for the plug, bro. I love anytime people plug free games or, I don't know, some good shit. I find myself playing Age of Empires as of late because that's all my PC can handle, to be honest. So yeah, this will be very interesting. Alright, that brings us to the halfway section. If you're listening so far, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we do hope you're enjoying the show. Moving on to the content creator side, I think for this time I won't go first because of how much I have to talk about. So Kojo, do you have any content creator news?
You know what, Tommy? I have absolutely nothing.
Oh shit, okay. Damn. Max?
Yeah, just one thing. Absolutely unrelated to gaming content creators or gaming stuff, but I suppose we touch upon idiots like Logan Paul and these pranksters, so why not touch upon this? You guys have heard about the Outdoor Boys?
Outdoor Boys? I mean, I've heard of Island Boys.
Yeah, he's stepping away from YouTube.
Man is taking a break due to saying his personal life has been specifically affected by the fame that has come with his channel. Tommy, since you don't really know him, I also don't really know him that well. I just see clips of what he does. He's basically a dude who goes out in the wild by himself and does survival stuff, and he's more authentic than Bear Grylls, who would go with a camera crew and hide things and what he does, and he's more authentic than other people who had survival series and TV shows. He legit is by himself. He's holding the camera. It's not one of those things of he's got a friend with him who's holding the camera and who knows who else is there. Nah, he's completely by himself doing his thing. So a lot of people really like this dude, and from the clips I've seen, yeah, he seems to be a pretty cool dude, a chill dude. But he said that the rapid rate at which his YouTube channel grew and how it's affected his personal life, where his kids can't really grow up experiencing a normal life, and it's also affecting his wife and all of that stuff. He wants to take a hiatus from creating content. He doesn't know how long it's going to be, but he's going to take a break as he tries to figure out how to move on forward with his life, because he never really wanted that stuff to bleed over onto his personal life. He's always wanted his family to get to experience something normal. And this being the internet, obviously some people wish him the best and think it's a shame, whereas other people are, slinging shit and saying, how can you be stepping away, weak sauce? You shouldn't be getting pressured by your family, blah 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 blah. Where it's just like, nah, people can come up with the stupidest opinions sometimes. Like, dog, it's his personal life. He decides what he wants to do with it. Whether you agree with him or you don't agree with him, who gives a rat ass what your opinion is? You're allowed to feel some type of way, but at the same time, while you're allowed to feel some type of way, your opinion as well can be stupid. And I also extend that to us when we're out here saying some stuff where it's like, hey, we don't need to be right or wrong. We can express our opinions, but our opinions can also be dumb opinions. And I feel like on the internet today, people have lost that, where they are incapable of being able to hear an opinion, be like, okay, yeah, that's your opinion. It's a stupid opinion, but that's your opinion. Let's move on. Like, nah, things always have to turn into some type of argument or war. But yeah, Outdoor Boys taking a break.
I wonder why boys if he's just not a plural. But anyways.
No, sometimes he takes his children with him.
Oh, okay. Well, then that makes sense.
The kids have started recently, but then I also looked at it as more like, you're doing one for the boys, a channel for the boys. Like, if you like your outdoor stuff, it's like, your community. That's how I looked at it.
I don't know. I still find it weird that, like, he says, yo, no, it's because, I didn't expect this to blow up and it's putting so much pressure on my kids and this and that. Then don't bring them in your videos, dog. Like, I don't. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, that also depends on how much he features them, because I also agree with that sentiment. But if it's rare features of like your kids popping up in your, like, let's say you've got 100 videos and of those 100 videos your kid popped up 5 times, I don't think it's a big deal. But then if your kids pop up regularly, like your kids pop up once every 5 videos, and I'm like, yeah, you probably shouldn't be featuring them so heavily, because I know that other people who blur out the faces of their kids. Like, there's that channel, the dude who what do you call it, How to Dad. He's got like 3 kids or something like that, and he would feature his kids heavily when they're toddlers, but the minute they reach a certain age, he tries not to have his kids' faces in the videos, because he's aware that they've reached an age where other people are going to be recognizing them, and also that his kids are aware of him taking the videos and stuff like that. It's not anymore this cute, innocent things where that as toddlers they have no idea what's going on. Now that cognitive of these things, so he limits how often his older kids pop up in his videos, where he does more with the toddlers or the babies.
See, now that's more sensible. But all right.
Then this also lives in Zealand, which is a much smaller country. So
yeah, true.
I don't know where the Outdoor Boys dude lives in. He's probably the US.
Probably, I guess. Yeah. All right. quick one before I move on to my content creator stuff. So I checked the Retro Classic on what's it on Xbox Game Pass. These games look like they belong in the arcade, bro. Like dead ass. There's this one racing car game where you can only be in like one of 3 lanes and you have to avoid traffic. Like the car is pretty much standing still and the map is moving towards you. So it's like that type of old retro.
To be fair, they probably were in the arcade.
Dude, I'm willing to bet that they 100% were, because yes, these look old. But anyways, moving on to the content creator side of my ish. So first things first. I know I didn't mention in the previous episode. I don't think any of us ever mentioned it, but to give you guys some feedback with regards to Twitch, right? So you guys may have been hearing a lot in the grapevines and whatnot about Twitch being slammed over a new feature, right? That's pretty much like the give back feature. Okay. So essentially what this feature is that streamers will now be able to use, they'll be able to buy bits as well as gift subscriptions based off the money that they're making off of Twitch. So if you like a streamer and you like, hey guys, if we can get to, hype train level 3 or whatever, then I will use my own money and buy, gift some of you viewers some subs, right? And people are like, oh my God, this is so nice. He's giving back to his community, this and this and this. However, what most people don't realize is that actually, if your chat donates 100 bits to start the hype train, right? 50 of those bits anyways is going to go to Twitch because that's just how it is. And then the creator will then use, their own 50 bits that will then go to, because obviously of that 100 bits, right? The 50 bits will go to Twitch, 50 bits goes to the creator. The creator feels like, okay, he wants to give back to the community. He's like, you know what, guys, because you guys are so sweet, I'm going to use what you just gave me to bless other people in the chat with subscriptions for like 1 month, right? So then he's going to use the other 50, said creator, and then that 25 of that 50 is going to go to Twitch, and then the other 25 will obviously go to, some of the people in the chat. So essentially 75 will be going to Twitch, 25 to the creator, and then what to the community? Like Twitch just didn't really think this through. So essentially you get double taxed by Twitch on your money that the viewers give to you. And smaller content creators get far less payouts if that happens, due to this feature. So it's like Twitch doesn't even have, has to pay anything in terms of processing fees. So yeah, pretty stupid addition from Twitch's side, to be honest. So yeah, because it's just dumb that people will gift subs to support the creator. Twitch takes 50%. Creators have to use their cut to buy, more bits or gift subs to their viewers. And then Twitch still takes more money. It's dumb. So yeah, with regards to that, keen to hear what, Twitch is going to do about it, because a lot of people now are complaining, like, this is why a lot of big streamers are steadily moving towards Kick. We started seeing it now recently with Amaranth, pretty much doing most of her big streams on Twitch. And when I mean big streams, I mean like subathons, this and this and this. She always used to do that on Twitch for obvious reasons, because she was contracted. But I think, so it seems like more of the stuff that she's doing, because a lot of streamers have multi-stream, revenues, but a lot of people are pouring their attention into Kick more than Twitch. So look, I don't think it's going to moonlight Twitch at any time soon. I think Twitch is still going to be around for quite some time. But yeah, which then brings me on to the other streaming platform that a lot of people are also starting to move away from, and that is YouTube. So, there's a big reason as to why even, our streams, and when I was streaming, I would only mostly stream on Twitch. I had considered streaming on Kick at some point, but I just didn't have the time or efforts. What? No, I don't know. Yeah, lack of better words. I didn't have the time nor the effort to go to Kick and start again and, build it up and all this and this and get verified, get their version of affiliates and whatnot, right? But YouTube, for me, streaming on YouTube is difficult because there's so many rules that YouTube has, to a point where they can even ban you live, like while you're streaming, because no copyright music, no this, no that. There's more strict rules on YouTube than there are on Twitch and Kick. And as such, Asmongold then blames YouTube's rules for why he has refused to stream there. So for something that you guys might not know, YouTube has offered Asmongold like a fairly attractive contract to stream on YouTube, and not even exclusively, just to stream as part of it. And he kept saying that he will never do a multi-stream that includes YouTube as one of its channels because of the rules that are in place. So now, with regards to that, a lot of other YouTubers as well who pretty much try to stream. So when I say a lot of YouTubers, right, I'm talking about the ones that don't stream, who have started to stream some games, because let's be real, some games out there I do truly believe need to be streamed, because it offers just more interaction with your viewers, as well as that whole YouTube premiere thing, whereby when the YouTuber releases a video, you at least get to sit in a chat with the YouTuber and watch as the video comes out, so you can have your 24 hours of contact with your favorite YouTuber for a bit, if they even flip and reply. Sorry, I've been in so many YouTube premieres where the actual content creator is not actually talking to us, and it's like, what's the point of premiering this then? But anyways, so yeah, he being Asmongold said he's going to put more of his plans into action of trying to look at what other revenues to stream on, but YouTube is definitely not on the list. Now, going back to big streamers like Asmongold, we'll be talking about Kai Cenat. So for most of you who don't know, Kai Cenat has started his streamer university, right? So this is essentially where he's going to bring other content creators on board to learn how to pretty much stream, and how to utilize, the platforms, how to utilize sponsorships, how to, like, I had something similar when I signed for Logitech, right? They had a Logitech creator camp, and they just bring up and coming people. I mean, not even up and coming. Some people just, you didn't even know who the hell they were, but because of the streamer camp that they were doing and teaching all the inside knowledge of being a streamer, Astronaut is pretty much doing the exact same thing, right? So a lot of creators that got chosen for it, like you had Chiclet, you had Melanie, you had Ray, you had many other peeps, right? Joining in with regards to joining Kai Cenat's thing. So a lot of people were excited about it, but a lot of other people were like, oh no, this is rigged, because it's, he chose specifically. He wasn't reaching actual small streamers who actually have great potential, and all this. So now Kai Cenat has scrapped his plans to do another streamer university after this one, just because of the hate of some people. So yeah, this was supposed to then be starting up after February of this year. And as of late, he was like, this is an idea, and I know how exciting it may be to certain people, but like, you don't have to let this determine who you are as a creator, because some people took this thing to their head, bro. They're like, oh yeah, no, I'm part of Kai Cenat's streamer university, I'm going to be the next fucking big thing, this and this and this, like writing on so much and thinking they don't have to put in the work that comes into being a streamer. Saying Kai Cenat is like, he's never doing this shit again. Like, no matter what direction he goes, there's always people that are going to take things and explode it and, twist it around and whatnot. And he's just trying to make sure that everything is good, but he always seems to be getting the bad end of the stick. Like, man was crashing out on his stream. And then he was just like, my bank statements, are ridiculous because of all of this, the money that he's putting out for all of these people. And it's just like, he feels like he's being taken for granted. All the hate of other people who were not chosen coming at him. And he's just like, he was just trying to do something good. And like, he's like, sorry that I picked the certain people that I picked. It's just they had more interaction with him, you know, which is a fair statement, to be honest. It's a very fair statement. I remember when I was chosen for the Logitech Creator Camp, and I'm so happy I can now say this, but when I was chosen for the Logitech Creator Camp, there was all of these speculations that I was chosen to fill the person of color quota. Nothing else about me, like nothing else about how I stream, how I am on the stream, you know, and all this and accolades that I've achieved, you know. I was already streaming for about 3 years before I got into the Logitech Creator Camp. On top of that, I already had a podcast previous to this one. You know, I was making sure I was putting content out there, but then people were just like, nah, you only got chosen because you're black and they needed a black person. I was like, fuck off, dude. So I understand Kai Cenat's hate that he gets. I understand it. It's not like Logitech. It's not like I told Logitech to choose me, dude. Like, in the same way that the people got chosen for Kai Cenat's Streamer University, it's not like they asked to be chosen. Well, some, I guess. Some definitely sucked ass to try and get into it. But anyways, cool. Lastly, we have Linus Tech Tips, who is going to be shattering a world record by building a $1 million computer. Now, that's incredible. Not gonna lie, that's very much incredible, because I can't even fathom what you would put in that PC that would equate it to $1 million. Like, as far as graphics cards go, I could only imagine that you would put like 2 or 3 graphics cards in one PC, but what motherboard could possibly hand that? Who knows? So let's see.
It's going to be made of diamonds, bro.
Dude, I'm honestly thinking the same thing. Like, the processor is going to be a diamond chip, not even just like your normal chipset. But the thing that is actually bringing it to that amount is because...
Wait, hold up. Can you answer this question? Is he attempting to break? I thought he broke it.
No, he attempted to, and then he did. Yes, I was getting there. But anyways, I was getting there. Yeah. So, like Max said, I had already broken it. So it comprised of 32 million digits of pi that calculated in 30 minutes. That's how fast the processing speed of this PC was, which is incredible. Because the standing record, right, was 200 trillion, but over a longer set of time. If this PC was already calculating 32 million digits of pi in just 30 minutes, it will definitely be over 200 trillion that was already recorded in that in the amount of time it took for that 200 trillion to do so. So to put it for you guys who don't know much about calculation, shucks, I don't know an easy way to put this, bro. Like, if you're not into chipset processing and all that. Let's see. Nah, I have no other better way to explain this to the layman's. You guys are just gonna have to like check it out yourselves. But yeah, so it had 2.2 petabytes of storage, right? Obviously that's more than terabytes, but less than zettabytes, which interestingly enough, our brain stores zettabyte amounts of information, which is incredible. But anyways, it also had 2,200 terabytes of lightning fast storage. And yeah, that's essentially how it was also able to achieve the record, was the storage, the processing power, as well as the power consumption that it takes. That's incredible that it actually still ran, but yeah, what is he going to do with it now? I don't know. It would be so sick if he used it for gaming, to be honest, but a PC this powerful would be a waste to just use for gaming only, you know. So because essentially the PC that he built is a level beyond even what Google's cloud servers are capable of. Now, just imagine that. You wouldn't waste that shit on just gaming, bro. Like, yo, no, I'm just going to take this $1 million PC and go play Sims. Nigga, what? Come on. But anyways, yeah. And just so, like, one last comment, if you guys want to know this, but after months of it running, it cost them $6,300 in power consumption costs. That is insane. Imagine electricity bill, bro, $6,300. What? Just for your PC? Nah, Chobi. no ways. But anyways, yeah, that's the content creator side of things. Then moving on to esports, I haven't had esports for you guys in ages, but now I do have one. And it's on Valorant. And trigger warning: this will be SA, sensual assault. Obviously, I can't say the real word because then we actually do get flagged. Anyways, so Valorant Pro, called Florescent, has responded after being accused of SA, sensual assault, right? So she's one of the first women to make it to Tier 1 Valorant League as a pro player, right? And she got accused of SA by a former partner. So real name Ava Eugene, aka Florescent. She got signed to Apex, and I'm not talking about Apex Legends. I'm talking about the actual European team for Valorant. And she was one of the biggest prospect players of 2025, you know, after putting like consistent MVP performances in the Game Changers League. She then had to step away for a bit for personal reasons in April. And people think that it comes from, you know, all of this that is now coming to light, right? So the actual victim of the SA didn't actually speak out, but a friend of the victim was the one who spoke out and brought all these accusations to light. In a Google document, you know, of all things, it included screenshots of text messages between the Valorant player as well as the victim. And the woman, who goes by Brick, claims that she participated in sensual acts that were at the time consensual, but she felt pressured by the Valorant player, aka Ava, or Florescent. Yeah, same person. So the victim then stated that they were in physical pain during the act and realized, you know, there was even can I say this word? I can, right? Because I mean, there's games that have this word in it. Like, yeah. Anyways, the victim said that they were bloodied by the end, and then still pressured even after the fact. After the assailant, you know, the Valorant player, admitted to seeing that the victim was physically injured and there was blood and all that. You know, they still pressured the person to continue in the. So then, yeah, I'm not sure if this person is transgender, to be honest with you guys. If you go search Florescent, you know, in the whole Valorant League, because the pictures that are out that she, you know, of her, there's a lot of, like, her neck looks like it's got an Adam's apple. So I don't know, hands up, I'm just speculating here. I can't tell. But yeah, anyways, if she is a woman, hey, I'm sorry then. I take back what I said. But anyways, so yeah. So anyways, Valorant has now come out to also, so not Valorant, sorry, Riot Games released an official statement recognizing the allegations and have stated that they're willing to comply with the legal investigations that are taking place. And then, yeah, they said that on May 17th, 2025, they were made aware of the allegations against the competitor. And as of such, their competitive operations team will cooperate with any legal investigations. The actual assailant was basically saying that she wished she could provide more evidence for the public to see immediately, but she was asked to refrain from sharing at this time for her own safety, and asked that people just respect their privacy at this time while they try to get through this. Going on further to say that she was vehemently denying the allegations and immediately pursuing legal action the moment all of this stuff came to light. So, you know, let's see what's going to happen there. But damn, for once, it's actually interesting to see woman on woman SA take place. Like, you always know it's men versus women and all this. So it's, yeah, interesting. All right, that's pretty much it. Kojo, any esports from me, bro?
Nope.
Away, all right, Max. I guess that's a negatory. Away, bro. All right, and then peeps, that brings us to the end of the episode, and definitely cop yourself Elden Ring Night Rain. I got to play a bit of it, but only through a friend's Steam share, whatever. And I can definitely tell you that I'm going to be obsessed with this game for quite some time. I might play this more than the actual base game.
You're not hating on the fact that it's going to be a 3-person game.
I was, because I didn't have friends, but then I found friends, and then I'm good.
Right.
Yeah, like I'm fine, because I mean, at least I know my one mate has it. So then it's just a matter of like, okay, I get the game, he has it, and we just get a random third, then we're good. So yeah, definitely a fun game, bro. Like, I love the fact that you don't even have to focus on story at all. There is no fall damage. Like, it's flip. But anyways, yeah, I will one day finish the base game, guys. I promise. Like I mentioned in the previous episode, I'm working towards getting a console. Once we have the console, then with my PC struggling, I'm gonna have to set up streams and everything using my console. And then I'll probably just use my PC as a streaming PC. Yeah, so we'll see how things go with regards to that, but we'll obviously keep you guys updated. And then yeah, hope you guys have been enjoying the show so far. That brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please do leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and yeah, let us know what you guys think in the comments below for anything that we have discussed, and we hope to see you on the next episode. Stay good, stay healthy, and remain plugged in. Peace.